Nothing in our lives is ever guaranteed, and tomorrow's never promised. We could basically lose our lives at any moment. But the one knife in my collection that I hope to pass on to my grandchildren is this one right here. It's the Bark River Bravo 1 in A2 with this beautiful burl wood. What's up, guys? Sean here. Welcome back to the Knife Show. And what we have here is this beautiful drop point hunting knife by Bark River Knives, Escanaba, Michigan. And this handle has got to be one of the most beautiful handles I've seen. You can see the mosaic pins right there, the red liners. The steel on this is A2 with a convex grind drop point. Very thick on the spine. A2 is a tool steel. It's not stainless. You can see there's some patina developing right there, some staining, but definitely builds character on a knife like this. So A2 is a interesting steel. If you guys don't know what a tool steel is, basically you take a simple carbon steel and you start adding a lot of alloying ingredients to the steel. It has some chromium, but not ever enough to really make it stainless. The cutoff point is about 13% chromium. It really needs free chromium for it to help resist the rusting. You can have steels that have intense amounts of chromium but not have enough free chromium that isn't tied up in carbides to basically make it stain resistant. A2 basically has the same amount of carbon as 1095, but the other alloying ingredients it has about 5% on the chromium, and then the main carbide former in there is molybdenum. It has, I believe, about 1.5%. You guys will have to correct me on that. I'm just going off of memory. And then a few more alloying ingredients. Basically, it has the same ingredients as something like the Becker Crovan steel by K-Bar, but just kind of the volume is turned up on it. You have more of the ingredients. The Becker or K-Bar Crovan only has trace amounts of those alloys. This has like full percentages of those alloys in there. So basically you get way more wear resistance, incredible ease of sharpening, as well as the fact that this steel is actually fully hardened. It's about 5960 from Bark River, versus stuff like on your SE 1095, it's around 56, which in my opinion is just way too soft. It's too malleable, it deforms with use. This steel is incredibly tough, yet at the same time it'll hold a great edge. And you can see I sharpened it up there on the waterstones, and it sharpened up great. Word of caution, I zero ground this knife all the way down. And I was thinking that by going back and forth like I always do, it does create a slight convex to the edge. The thing is, though, that this convex grind is so shallow that it just made the edge way too thin. So I found that in the field, I got some deformation. So I had to add a micro bevel back on there, which hasn't decreased the performance of the knife. I'll show you guys the sharpness it's at right now on some newspaper. Just incredibly sharp. You guys can even hear the edge on there. So fantastic. There are some dings on the edge that probably just need to be sharpened out. I haven't fully sharpened them out on the micro bevel, but it's still sharp enough for field use. And just oof, love this knife. Let's get an S cut in there. And yeah, you can see that. Pretty cool stuff. Get all this out of the way. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the A2 steel. I feel like it's very, very underrated, because if you love stropping your knives and honing them, this steel strops like a dream. It's almost just like magic, I mean, with stropping. So very relaxing to use this knife and maintain a fabulous edge on there. Now, it will rust. It doesn't have any corrosion resistance. That 4% chromium is only added to help increase the hardenability, help tie up some more carbides in there for wear resistance. There's not really any chromium left for that corrosion resistance. You can see here we've got paper towel, and the geometry is great on this knife. It may be thick, but you can see we're not having really any problems besides those few hang-ups that I have on the edge with basically cutting through the paper towel. So pretty cool stuff. Dare we try it? Maybe I'll get a little bit of a cut on the toilet paper. but definitely it's not as sharp as it could be. I'll have to definitely take out some of those hang-ups. But you know what, for field use, it's fine. I don't need to make it any sharper than it is. It should work great. I mean, you just get amazing feathers in this knife. I mean, just impressive. I'm a huge fan of the geometry, the steel. The handle feels really comfortable in the hand as well. So you guys could see that. And also, just its ability to split the wood with that convex grind is just really impressive. Just super impressive. Like, even just using my body weight there, just has no problem just tearing that wood apart. So, huge fan of convex grinds for that reason. The sheath it comes with is also super rad. Full grain leather sheath. It has this dongle to keep that flap out of the way until you get the knife in there. And it comes with a 1/2-inch ferro rod loop, which I have a magnesium fire starter looped up in there, laced up. Great knife. Probably one of my more beautiful knives I have in my collection. Sometimes I'll just sit and I'll just stare at the handle. It's just so lovely. I mean, just look at that, guys. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Bark River, Bravo 1 and A2, highly recommended. A2 is incredibly underrated. People are so obsessed with all the wear resistant steels. You know what? Pick up some A2, man. I think you guys will love it. It's a great steel. Go check it out. Thanks for watching my videos, guys. Take care.